Raw opens up with a tribute to Bruno Sammartino. They had the entire Raw roster on the stage in a graphic for Bruno with not just the wrestlers, everyone backstage. Vince McMahon was there. And then they go to a really great, they do a 10-bell salute, which was great. And then they do a really great video package for Bruno, and he really deserves it. And this was a really classy move by WWE. And, it's one of the few classy things you can say about them this week, because what they're doing on Friday, which I'll be honest, I'm really unhappy with, that they're going to Saudi Arabia, and just the way the woman, the whole situation, it's just, man, you're going to go to this country that oppresses women, and I understand it's a lot of money. They're offering Vince McMahon a shit ton of money. It's hard to turn that down. I can understand that from a business sense, but I mean, he's not desperate for money. They're so oppressive to women. I think this is going to cause a lot of bad publicity. We'll see who wants to call WWE out. But, it's at the time where, when they're pushing this women's revolution, I'm really unhappy that they're going to this fucking country. And not sure I even want to see the show. The card looks great, but I'm really unhappy with their decision. So it opens up with Lesnar and Heyman, and then, here you go. Same old shit. I think Lesnar is losing the title. I think Reigns is going to win. I think this was all Vince's idea. He knows since Roman would have gotten booed out of the building in New Orleans, and was going to wait and get this big reaction out of Saudi Arabia. It would be kind of funny if the Saudis boo Roman Reigns, but, I think a lot of them are the royal family, and they'll probably just do whatever WWE says. And plus, they won't even let the woman come, so at least maybe they can cheer for Roman Reigns to make Vince happy. This fucking country. I'm gonna rant a lot about this in my predictions video when I'm making predictions for the Greatest Royal Rumble, but I'm really disappointed, because I heard it's not like the woman can't compete. If they weren't going to let them compete, it would have been bad, but it would have been one thing. Another thing, but when you have a situation where the women are there and there's people in the government who just don't want them to compete, and WWE obliged by that, it's like, fuck you guys. They could have competed, and you fucking are being pussies, you fucking motherfuckers. It's just, it's bullshit. So Roman Reigns is out, and the reaction wasn't too bad this week. It was actually kind of positive. I don't care about this at all. So you have Elias and Bobby Roode. Elias got the win. I think that's good. I think Bobby Roode's very boring, and hopefully he's a face right now. Hopefully they turn him heel. He's really good as a heel, but he's boring as fuck as a face. He bores me to death. Elias, I hope they give a push to. I think he has a lot. But I don't see him as a top guy. I see him as an act, a part of the show, but not a top guy. So Matt Hardy's he's doing one of those promos, and him and Bray do an average promo. It's like, okay, they face the Ascension. It's like, why are these guys employed still? They don't need to be employed. Matt and Bray win, obviously. I'm thinking to myself, Ascension was one of the worst NXT call-ups ever. These guys don't need to be in the company anymore. Why are they still employed? So I guess they're doing this whole thing called this Kevin and Sammy show. Actually, before that, I wanted to talk about something. I heard WWE air that fucking Backlash commercial with everyone singing. Oh my god. All the fucking wrestlers singing. At least a woman can sing. They can't wrestle overseas in foreign countries because, there's countries that oppress someone, their government don't want women wrestling, but hey, at least WWE lets them sing in the fucking Backlash commercial. Just, whatever. So, again, I guess the Kevin and Sammy show is a thing now. They'll be entertaining. I don't know. It's like, I've seen these two guys. Maybe it's time to go their separate ways. But if they were a tag team and they had a real tag team, I'd be fine with that. I think that'd be cool. So they're talking, and I guess Kurt Angle is going to be their guests. The fans try to chant "You suck" to him. It was fine. They go after Shane McMahon, and they insult Vince. They're basically sucking up to Stephanie McMahon. I think that's what they're trying to do. Even though, Kevin Owens beat the shit out of Vince, and, it's funny how that's ignored, even though Stephanie loves her dad. That's a kind of a plot hole that kind of bothers me a bit. But I don't know, this whole thing with Steph, it's like them being, shills for Stephanie McMahon. It is what it is. I guess they can feud at Kurt Angle. I don't need to see Kurt. I don't know if I want to see him wrestle. Kevin Owens the same thing. I don't need to really see it. I don't need to see that same thing we saw on SmackDown on Raw. I think that's a problem. I think they just might do the same feuds on SmackDown, just like different pieces on Raw. But Kurt put some of that tag match against Bobby Lashley and Braun Strowman tonight. So it's weird. They had Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel in the ring and backstage with Seth Rollins, and they tried to create a new Shield. It was actually kind of funny. So Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, boring. Drew was boring. He bores me to death. I never found Drew entertaining in NXT. In this first round of WWE, I thought he was very boring. He's boring. I'm sorry. Sorry, McIntyre fans, but yeah, they beat Titus and Apollo with Dana Brooke there, and they have a cool finish, but they're in the ring, and then he's cutting a promo. It's okay. It's like both these guys aren't that good on the mic, so I don't really care to see them as a team. I don't know what Ziggler's contract's going on, if his contract expires in the summer, so it'll be interesting if he leaves. I don't know if he'll go to Japan. Maybe he wanted to do more with his comedy career, but I hope he leaves. I don't want to see him anymore. So Chad Gable's backstage at Kurt Angle, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, they're going to bring back American Alpha. And then he made him kind of clear that they're not going to bring back American Alpha. Him and Jason he's going to be singles wrestlers, and they don't want to bring back American Alpha. I don't know why. And it's quite disappointing that Vince doesn't want to make American Alpha return. I think they were an entertaining tag team. I think they could be good as heels, but that's not the direction they're going. They basically had Jinder Mahal beat up Chad Gable before the match. They had a confrontation backstage first, and Gable got the victory over Mahal. That was odd. So, I heard there was rumors of Jinder Mahal feuding with Roman Reigns after he wins the title. But, I don't know. I hope Jinder's just back to being a jobber, please. That's what exactly he needs to be. They cut to a backstage promo by the Riot Squad. I don't know if they're going to get a push, but I think Ruby Riot should get a big push. I think they should even consider putting the belt on Ruby Riot. I think they could be a good heel team. I think Ruby's really good. I think the other two are horrible, but I think if they're just like sidekicks for Ruby and they're not in the ring much, it's fine. But there's also going to be a big 10-woman tag. It's basically all the faces versus all the heels. There's no reason for just doing it. It'll probably be the main event, since WWE can try and save face that no women are going to be on the Greatest Royal Rumble, so they're just going to have the one main event Raw. They'll probably even have a main event SmackDown tomorrow night too, for all we know. To save face, it's just whatever. It's such bullshit that they're fucking going to that damn country. It's also with this match, it's like everyone's in this match except Ronda Rousey, who's still on the roster. It's like with Ronda, I don't think she should be on TV every week. I don't know if she's going to be full-time. She's not full-time in the sense that she's on the road, on the host shows, but she might just be on TV every week. I think that's bad. I think I'd keep her on TV on bunches throughout the year, like through all the big shows, like for WrestleMania, maybe even Money in the Bank, and obviously the other three, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and the Rumble, but she shouldn't be on TV every week. I think she's starting to lose her appeal. So Samoa Joe comes out and he's talking about how he's going to win the U.S. title. And, it's obvious what's going to happen here. We know Reigns is going to beat Lesnar and beat Joe at Backlash, and that'll be it for the feud. So now it's a big tag match. Owens and Dana against Lashley and Strowman. I guess they can make Lashley and Strowman this monster team if they want, but we all know who's going to win this, and Lashley and Strowman win, and Strowman's much more over than Bobby Lashley. So Baron Corbin's out next, and he has a confrontation with No Way Jose, and it's whatever. I mean, Jose gets the upper hand. I guess Corbin will beat him at the pay-per-view. No Way Jose's Adam Rose. So it's weird to have this thing with Alexa Bliss, and it's this PCA, and she says it's about bullying. It was actually really funny. I guess, unfortunately, they're fucking doing Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss at Backlash again, so fuck that match. But this was actually a really funny promo by Bliss. She was talking about this PCA. That's what it was. It was like this PCA for bullying, and she was talking about this homeless person, and she gave him a burrito brawl. The Nia Jax took it and ate it. That got me to laugh. So I think with Bliss, it's really also unknown. She had boob job. I think she had enhancement surgery. Her tits look really big. If you saw the Instagram photo with her in the pool, and definitely look a lot bigger. And I don't know if she really needs it. I think she has this thing where she's really cute, but she got enhancement surgery. It'll be interesting to see if they put the belt back on her because they love her. But I don't know what they're doing with Bliss after this Nia Jax, if she's going to be champ again or if she loses. I don't know where she goes from there. That's worth noting. And then they had Balor and Rollins against Chris Axel and Bill Dallas. No one cared. They had Natalia. They did this thing with the woman, like they'll the face woman, like they're trying to rally the troops. And Natalia was horrible. The matches: Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Mickie James against Bayley, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Ember Moon, and Natalia. Don't really care much about this match. Just a way to get it's basically a PCA, not an Alexa Bliss anti-bullying PCA, but just to get the woman on the main event to say, oh, hey, look, see, we're not that bad to our women. They're going to be main eventing Raw, even though they're not going to be allowed on this fucking major show. So, I think there's stuff with Sasha Banks. There's a story that she's not being pushed anymore, and I don't know if it's fake news or whatever. I think she kind of denied it. I think it's kind of true, though. She isn't being pushed much because she's doing nothing. Her and Bayley in this fucking dead program. Everyone else is nothing. Alexa Bliss did nothing here. She had a t-shirt. She had, no contact at all in this match. There's a reason for that. She's still recovering from her surgery. I don't think she should even be in the ring. Anyway, the heels get the win. After the match, they did this thing with Nia Jax, this major dive. It was okay, and then Ronda Rousey came out, and what she did was they were beating up Natalia, Mickie James and Ronda Rousey got revenge, and unfortunately Ronda Rousey gets her team gets the faces disqualified, so the heels win, and it was a shit match and nothing show. But the one thing I did like, I loved the tribute to Bruno Sammartino, so definitely I'll give WWE a ton of credit for that video package on Bruno, and definitely that was the only thing worth really good worth seeing on this show, and that video package was amazing. And Bruno, someone who absolutely deserves all the tributes in the world.